she must be tall.
Hey, don't talk about me like that.
I mean, you just called us all crackers, so.
Oh, true. Like, you know, tit for tat. Fair is fair.
What are you doing?
My best.
My theory is that well, apparently cats are a little nearsighted, or more nearsighted than us as is, like a normal cat. But I think Miki's a little more nearsighted and has, like, not great depth perception.
I'll forgive her.
She's just kind of judging where the floor is.
I'll hold it against her.
Or she's just sitting there. Maybe that's comfy.
I'll never forgive her.
How dare you, child?
Uh,
This is what I'll never forgive you for.
who wants to do a recap?
Oh, I'd love to.
I would, but I mean, I can give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mainly remember the church happenings. Luna, EC, and Aloon found a chapel that's kind of like, hey, we've got some shrines here and a place to pray for multiple faiths. So they were like, cool, let's go. And somebody who works there saw Luna had the untrimmed rose thing on her robes, and they're like, oh, hey, that was really fast. We just sent a message asking for help from the untrimmed rose. And Luna was like, well, that wasn't us, but how can we help you? And EC then texted Thorn and was like, hey, can we take this job? Thorn was like, yeah, cool. And I wrote it down. The person who, the staff person, was like, so there's these, the corpses are walking around. Her name was Hannah. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
We think it, and there's some spores that seem to have gotten into the crypt from an earthquake like a couple of months ago. But people are getting freaked out about it. So we went in and beat the shit out of all the zombies. They looked around, and it was just it's all like collapsed in there, and mushrooms. Like, it's not a good time. So we're gonna go back and advise her to seal the crypt. It's too damaged. It's too infested. Probably just make a new crypt somewhere would be more cost effective. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
We're doing other things.
It was a little bit of downtime stuff for some other people. Yeah, that's correct.
You went to see a leather worker or some kind of armor, I believe.
Correct.
I was like, hey, can I use your facilities? And they were like, they were either like, I guess, or kind of no. They seemed a little cheesed off.
They were similar to EC.
Okay. Very to the point.
They did bond over their leather working.
Okay, cool.
And their curtness.
Okay. And that is truly all I remember now.
There
Why
was
many words when few words work?
yes, exactly. There was one more thing. Does anyone remember? I guess Patrick, you did it.
Did what? What did I do?
You know what you did.
When you go,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what did I do? I can't remember. I thought
You
that
went
was
to
the
go
week before.
visit your contact for the stuff.
Oh, I thought that was the week before. Sorry.
I think
Yeah.
that was last week.
Yeah, he took his son to work.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you did take Florian with you.
Florian and I went to meet not my contact exactly, but somebody who is like friends or like works for one of my contacts to pick up a thing that I was told. Actually, you don't know what I was told. Just that I went to pick up a thing that it was suggested that I go and pick up for reasons that may or may not become clear at some point. And we did that. And so Florian and I went, and basically I did it because Florian was opening up a bit, and I thought that maybe if I showed him some of the shit that was going down with Avan, he might start to trust him a bit more.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's trust. Can you eat it?
And I'll do a general recap of what happened in the text roleplay during the weeks as well.
It got vastly out of control through me just.
No, it was great. I loved it. It's not good for streaming, but we don't do this for the streaming.
No.
We do this for us, so it doesn't matter. You, Alun and Florian did some carousing. Got some gold playing cards and running a. I mean, it was like sort of a scam. You guys just played blackjack and then sort of cheated a little bit. I don't know why you guys did all the like background acting, but it worked, I guess. You guys made a good amount of money. You guys celebrated by getting super drunk, and then started talking, opening up about stuff. Florian mentioned something about his hand not being his, and Alun was like, "Hey, that could confuse like a palm reader or something." And Florian's like, "Do you know any?" So you guys went to go visit Aristander, the fortune teller that you guys are traveling with. After an unexpected event where stronger unexpected magic came into play, there was a fortune told. Actually, I can repeat it because it is kind of important. So I will read it aloud for us. And this was Aristander to Florian. You've been touched by something powerful, something ancient, and you don't have the answers. You want it laid out for you. You want an answer, but you feel as though the world is telling a joke at your expense. The fates laugh, the stars align, those around you have been chosen, but you made a choice. A foolhardy request granted by the Queen of Whimsy, a power that courses through your veins and keeps you together as you pick at the seams. You are her kin now, not by birthright, but by bestowed grace. Wind through the trees, shaking branches. Rain from the sky, seeping deep underground. The bones of the world itself, the foundations of existence. You walk this path alone by choice. You have space in your life, but believe it to be filled with blame and grief. You must become better, or else those that seek to take the power will have it. Watch for the man with the silver weapon. 6 is all he needs. More than enough to kill anything that breathes. The woman with unerring aim. The man with the strength to move mountains. The creature who sees beyond this existence. Bound by the one made to capture, the jackals encircle this world, seeking only to plunder. You may not have chosen this path, but forces outside your control set you upon it. It is up to you to navigate it. Will you fight, or will you lie down like a dog? Will you trust your own memories, or will you learn to trust in others? You make the choice. You walk the path. The future holds. And then they passed out. You guys had some more character interaction after that. And we decided that happened before the trip to the church. So you guys can ruminate on that and think on that. As we return now to you guys coming out of the church. Or coming out of the crypt, I should say.
We're all kind of dusty. We smell like a basement.
Yeah.
You definitely smell like mildewy a little bit.
Who's this hanging out next to the crypt door?
Hannah?
Oh, that is Hannah. Okay.
That is Hannah, yeah. Hold on, you guys can't see the nameplate. I should let you see that. There we go. We can do that in session if you want. About Nezrin's studies.
Okay. I was just curious. Because she's been looking at this book for a while.
She's just looking
Yeah.
at it. I don't know.
Just staring at it. Just like, it's a pretty book. I wonder what's in it.
So yeah, you guys emerge from the crypt. Hannah's like waiting.
We just saw that. Yeah, I took care of that mushroom problem.
Linda like hawks up a fucking loogie because she got some spores in her lungs.
Oh no!
Yeah, Luna did fail a Constitution saving throw, I think.
Oh yeah.
She does that and then sees Hannah and walks over to her. Um, well, we believe the infestation is taken care of, but I recommend you seal this place. It is
We
far
can
too
drop like a
damaged from
match
the
down there.
earthquake.
Oh, sorry.
What did you say? Oh, drop a match down there. It's far too infested by the spores and far too damaged from the earthquake.
That's what I was worried of. Well,
Back.
welcome back. Well, is it at least safe enough that we might be able to exhume some of the bodies to move them to a proper burial place?
Now may be the best time to do so. We have stopped the walking corpses and laid them back close to where they were resting. But if you want to act, you should act now.
She
You might want to
nods.
keep a specialist around if you're moving them. In the event some spores are still around, it's a little hard to completely get rid of them. But if you're just moving them, it should be fine. It takes a little bit for them to get to the point where they're walking around, I think. So
She nods. I'll see if I can't get a group together. Many hands make light work, as they say.
Yes, but the immediate threat is neutralized.
She nods. Oh. Well, then, all that's left is to give you your payment.
Luna nods.
And,
Do we
she...
need to go get it, or...?
Yeah, you can follow me back into the church if you'd like. She heads into
Going
the
back
church.
in there anyway. Luna's gonna just teleport.
She,
flash
she
step
does
into there.
a teleport no jutsu. You see she's rummaging around in looks to be like a box behind the pew. No, not the pew, the pulpit. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. And pulls out a leather sack and hands it over to you. It is heavy with coin.
Luna seems a little surprised at the heft of it. EC seems to have... EC's been kind of the one counting it out, right? And been like, I don't want this share, you guys have the rest.
Yeah, EC looks at it, takes what they want, and then gives it to the rest of the other.
Divvies the rest up.
So as you guys open it, EC, you see that it's a collection of copper, silver, and gold, all different kinds of coins, probably taken from the donations to the church, to pay for this. You do some quick math in your head, and there's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 180 gold worth of coin here.
There is to us. Damn, that game made it divisible by 6.
Wow, it's like I thought about it for a second.
EC will probably take, if there's a denomination of 30 in the smaller coins, EC will take those.
Yeah. You get 30 gold worth of silver and copper.
Gonna send it to, then hands it over to, looks around, Afan, and 30 gold each for you.
Avan kind of doles out the rest to everybody. Can I do a perception check to see how well kept this church is?
Yeah, go ahead and just roll a perception check for me, or investigation, either one.
Okay, let me just get my character sheet up. friends. They're both bad.
That's a 14. You've seen better kept churches in some of the bigger cities you've been in, but it's not like, it doesn't look like it's in need of any help. It looks like it's well kept. It's not fancy, but it's very, very well kept.
All right, then he keeps the money.
Yeah. All right, so you guys divvy up the gold. So everybody gets 30 gold. I assume you guys are giving Nezrin their share as well.
Yeah, they're probably good.
Okay. They would have helped if Riley had been here.
I would have Eldritch Blast those zombies so good.
Yo, you would have been. You would have been in there like swimwear.
300 and smaller coins. That'd be 180 silver and then 200 copper. Okay, that's 300.
Yep.
30.
However you want to split up your fake money.
Gonna have to go to a shop and probably put some of this up.
Okay. Hannah looks at you and says, "Well, thank you. Is there like a form I need to fill out or something?"
She shakes her head.
Oh, okay.
We will
We
inform
talked with Thorn, and it's all good. She wouldn't have let it. She would not have let us take it if it wasn't already in like the paperwork. And in fact, we maybe saved her some steps.
All right. Well, if I get any message back from her, I'll let her know that you were very prompt and very courteous. Thank you all for your help.
Or I mean, if you want to call, Isi just like pulls out their cell stone, hands it to her.
She looks at it. Okay. And I guess she'll call Thorn.
No, Isi already dialed Thorn's.
Oh, okay, perfect. So Thorn answers, and she'll say, "Oh, hi, yes, Thorn. I just wanted to call and this is Hannah. I wanted to call and let you know that they performed the job well. They were very courteous and prompt. Luck was on our side. The gods were on our side as they arrived here much earlier than we expected. So I just want to thank you. I'd give them a commendation if I can do so. But yes,
How many
yes,
stars out of 5?
yes, they. One of them asked if I should give them a rating out of 5. I would just say 5 if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll just pass the phone back to him. And she hands the cell stone back to you, EC.
He's like looking at Ilun and Afan because he doesn't really recognize him. Like, oh, did they abduct him? No, EC takes them. Hello, cousin.
Hello, EC. Good job. Good job on the job.
EC's nodding like Thor can see it.
She like lets the silence hang for a moment and then says, the rest of your gold for this job, when you get back to the Rose, it'll be waiting for you here.
Okay.
All right.
You probably can't see me. I was nodding. EC was.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes, if you need anything else, let me know. But thank you guys. This very quick job. Well done.
Yes. It's going to nod again and then just yes.
Okay. Have a good rest of your day, EC. Good luck on the rest of the other job.
Tell Wimbo I said hi.
I will. And she hangs up.
Yeah.
What language do Thorn and EC speak to each other? Just common, because
Orcish,
it's common?
probably.
Okay.
I would say probably common because they're not smart enough to realize, oh yeah, we could just talk like Orcish to each other if we wanted to.
Well, I mean, Thorn looks primarily Orcish.
Yeah, Thorn defaults to common just because she runs a business.
Maybe EC was like going Comkish, like It's like Spanglish, but
Ah.
kind of Norkish.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, you guys are free to go back and do as you please with your newfound money. Luna, you said you wanted to pray, right?
Yeah, Luna turns to everyone and says, I came here to pray. I will catch up with you if you decide to leave.
EC nods and then stays where they are.
Sweet. Then Luna's gonna sit here on the pew and, I don't know, if EC wants to sit next to her.
EC just stands near because EC promised Luna to not leave Luna alone.
I'm gonna say
Didn't really.
I'm gonna make the decision that Florian goes back to the city.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
Oh, he's been weirdly quiet. I don't know why.
He seems sulkier than usual.
He's disassociating. Let him disassociate in
play.
peace.
Avran is gonna go outside, but he's just gonna like chill out on this bench over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess some
That
errands
seemed
and
like a nice
shopping
day,
to do.
honestly.
What were you saying, Fab?
I guess some errands and shopping to do. I'll be back. Later.
All right. Loon's gonna go shopping. I think I know what they're going shopping for.
You'll never guess. It's the thing I've been forgetting to do. For
Weed?
Uh,
Whoa, is that a weed?
Yes, but no.
Sorry. Okay. Let's cut to Nezrin, who's studying in her room.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put you
In her
guys
default state of being.
back on the map. Just staring at this book.
Mm-hmm. Like, wonder what's inside.
Words.
Maybe if I opened it, I'd find out.
What? So you've been studying for, it's been a few days in the city now. This is like halfway through the week. As you've been reading this book and trying to, how have you been studying it?
I think I've probably been, since it's like a personal notebook or journal, I've been like scouring through all the personal notes and like looking for keywords that I don't understand or references to the same thing across multiple entries, looking for like arcane formula, like, and comparing it against the like loosely bound bit of papers that I carry on my person at all times,
Mm-hmm.
and looking for anything similar, finding comparisons, and sort of like drawing like a mind map of all the things that this journal is about and where it connects to what I'm currently studying.
Okay. I want you to make me an intelligence check with your proficiency bonus. And instead of advantage, I'm going to let you add 2d4 to this.
Okay. Would you say that I could just like add my Arcana? I think I'm in proficient, correct?
I think our Arcana is intelligence based, right? So yeah, you could use that.
Okay. I'm just waiting for my
Character
character
sheet, yeah.
to load. Arcana. Ooh. So 25.
25. Okay. And this, just to confirm, this is the book that you found in the bookstore, right?
The next page, yeah. The
Okay. I just
the
wanted to
mysterious
confirm that.
journal that definitely shouldn't have been there.
As you look through this journal, what you find most interesting about it is it's not focusing on like arcane aspects of what you might have expected. If the book is, if you believe the book to have belonged to who you think it belonged to, it has less to do with magic and has more to do with the human body itself, or humanoid body itself. How everything interacts, anatomy, medicine. It's very interesting, as you would imagine that there'd be more of a focus on the magic of it all, and less of a focus on how the body works. But there's a very in-depth, there are very in-depth notes about anatomy and medicine and learning how the body works. It's very interesting. You glean from this and from some of the actual, like, there's some journal entries in there talking about how they're studying all of this, how they're trying to process all of this and apply it to magic. And what you come to understand is, because it's arcane magic and not something like druid magic or like nature magic or divine magic, there needs to be more of a connection with the actual body. Nature magic can call upon nature itself to regrow a body part, to resurrect someone, bring the soul back to Earth in a different form. Divine magic, has the power to outright resurrect someone. But because of how they interact with the like web of magical energy around you, with the world itself, it's entirely based on outside power. Whereas arcane magic, it is the person themselves who is directing the flow of that magic, guiding it through their body and their words and their incantations and all of their study. And so there needs to be an understanding there of the body, or else it's not going to work. And this is this is like a realization that they had as they were trying to work this magic out, basically. Like as they practice spells and try to cast magic and try to come up with their own magic, they found that the more understanding they had, the closer and closer they were getting to having something that could work.
Okay. And is this in relation to just arcane magic in general, or like my specific area of study of like necromancy and manipulation of the soul?
I mean, this, you would imagine it would apply to arcane magic in general, but
this journal itself is
specifically, like, this journal is about arcane magic and resurrection or necromancy, or like the manipulation of the body and the soul together.
Cool. Noted. I'm writing notes, but
good. I'm glad.
Basically, it's like a study of like a medical journal, but like an arcane medical journal that postulates that the soul and the body are intrinsically linked when it comes to manipulation via arcane magic.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call it a medical journal. It's a journal that has medical notes in it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like taking notes from medical like resources and things like that, but in and of itself, it is focused specifically, while it is focused specifically on anatomy and medicine, it's all connected back to how it relates to being able to use arcane magic in this way. Okay.
And I forget what you said at the beginning. Does this seem like it is or is not the person who I think, or who I'm like hoping?
You would you imagine it is.
Gotcha. So this is like very similar in tone.
Yes.
And like writing style. Okay, so this is a delight to read, actually. And Nesrin's got her little feet kicking up as she's like flopping down on the bed with the book in front of her.
She's laying down on her bed and her legs are up, kicking behind her.
Yeah, and anyone watching her read might see her occasionally like break out into laughter and just like make eyes at the book. I don't know.
She's flirting with the book, sure.
Not flirting with the book, but like
No,
like,
she's
she
flirting with the
seems to
book.
take-
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Seems to take great
She's
delight
having
in
a
reading,
wonderful time.
as if someone were like hanging out with an old friend. That's like the vibe
Right.
of like, ah, yes, I know this. And that is in my notes.
Yeah. You got a 25, huh?
Mm-hmm.
In the book, you spot the beginnings of like the formulation of a spell as well, actually. It's not a spell that you feel like you have the capability to cast quite yet, but maybe as you grow in experience and in power, it is something that you might be able to add to a spell book or to your repertoire. You might be able to learn this magic.
Cool.
So
Will it let me talk to animals?
this
Probably.
this specific spell? No, it doesn't really have to do with that
Snap.
area of magic. Sorry.
Do I get the idea of what this spell is trying to accomplish, or is it just like, oh, there's some scribblings here and I have to decipher it?
It's your area of expertise. It is necromantic magic. You feel like it is a way to recall a soul back into a body, but the fact that it's magic, that it's like homemade. So like they were working on this spell themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's not something that you have experience with regular arcane magic and you've studied things that are higher level, but putting into practice and actually trying to figure it out yourself is still something that you're working on.
Yeah, that's why I'm out here.
Yeah.
And so the person who came through I'm trying to remember what the person at the next page told me about this journal. They'd never seen it before and it just ended up on their shelf.
Yeah, they had no idea it was there.
Okay. Cool. Are there any dates in the book or like locations mentioned?
There is talk about travel through the area that you are traveling through.
Gotcha. Okay.
But no dates or anything now.
Cool. That makes Nezrin very excited, though. Again, the little kickies.
Very cute. Is there anything else you wanted to do in your downtime?
Probably drink a bunch because that's a fun pastime that Nezrin enjoys. Wonder where everyone went, I guess, because I don't think she knows what's going on. And maybe sort of just like lounge around the bar and like chat up some strangers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like pick some people she doesn't recognize, doesn't know, look friendly, and chat them up.
Okay. We can get back to you carousing around. Aloon. Fab, that's
Hi,
you.
hello.
Welcome back.
Hi.
What are you shopping for? What are you finally remembering to purchase now?
I gotta buy a cell stone because I didn't actually have one in the beginning.
That's why you were doing the cards in the first place.
Yeah.
Listen,
Come together.
it's okay. Aloon had an eventful night that night.
No, I didn't remember either. I was realizing.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to decide. Nah, are you trying to find like a specific dealer for this, or are you just looking for any place that'll sell it?
I just look for any way to sell.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't
it's
know the history of cell stones in this world, because he might have used one back in his mercenary days, if they existed back then. But
yes. GM to player, I I understand why they don't have like cell phones and stuff in D&D, but it's so stupid to me.
It's easier.
It's so much more fun and interesting, I think, if people can communicate. Lack of a communication is like the worst reason for plot happening, in my opinion.
It's an
So
antagonist, to be sure.
so yeah, you are able to you know what a cellstone is. You're definitely aware of them. They're not a new invention, but they are still kind of expensive. Although now with the money you've gotten from carousing and this job, you definitely have more than enough. So you're able to find a store that sells it.
I can get one in a different colorway and it'll be great, and everybody will be so jealous.
You can get a Cellstone XL if you want.
You should get like a cool case for it as well with like fun stickers and attachments.
Yeah,
Would a loon get like the belt clip?
yeah.
That's really good.
One of those old, like, I mean, some of you are going to be too young to remember this, but back in the 90s when cell phones first became a thing, you had this, like, leather pouch that you could, like, hook onto your...
Yeah, you put it on your
Yes.
belt. It had, like, that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Battery pack and the cord.
had, like, the like, the clear plastic window screen.
Yeah, because it wasn't touchscreen back then, so you just, like, had to have, like, clear plastic over the buttons so you could
Oh
press the
yeah.
buttons. And it had a little hole for the aerial to come through.
Mm-hmm.
Because cell phones used to have aerials.
That's very true. Wow. We're aging ourselves. Yes, you're able to find cellstones in a magic shop. It's a more high-end magic shop. Probably one near the docks. I'm gonna call it... I'm trying to come up with a name. The Arcane Oculus. That's what it's called.
Okay.
As you walk inside, you see there are one or two people sort of browsing, looking at some of the things in there. There's like a helper who's cleaning up around the shop, and you see behind the I almost said desk, behind the counter of the shop, you see what looks to be a middle-aged human man with like long hair and a ponytail, brown, with very sort of like muddy looking eyes, and he's wearing what looks to be like not like fancy clothes, but like business casual.
Got khakis.
Yeah, he's got like khakis on, and he's got like a polo. Yeah, exactly. He looks like he looks like a manager at a cell phone store.
Oh no.
Like
He works at the Fantasy Verizon store.
yeah, he works at Fantasy T-Mobile.
He's like Jared from Target or something.
And yeah, you walk in, and they look at you and they smile, and they say, "Welcome to Fantasy Oculus. How can I help you?" Fantasy Oculus, fuck me. The Arcane Oculus. I forgot my own name that I came up with. I'm God. I'm so good at D&D, aren't I? Welcome to the Arcane Oculus. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm in the market for a cell stone.
He smiles and nods and ignores the fact that you like we're like asking a question. Yeah, we have plenty of different models here. What are you looking for? Just something simple?
Something that if I like throw it against a wall, it won't break.
Gotcha. You're looking for something that like...
They're all stones, but you know, the most hardest scale's got to be a little up there.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's something that for like adventurers to use to make sure that your rough and tumble lifestyle won't get in the way of you being able to contact people. You see there's like a glass case in front of them, and they reach into it and they pull out an oblong looking stone with a few runes carved into it. This is our most popular model here. You can get this cell stone. It'll You can get contacts from other people. You can send messages and you can speak to them. Doesn't have anything fancy in it, but it'll do what you need.
Should be good enough for me. Wait, does it have snake?
Sure.
Hydra.
That's fucking God. That's so good. Yeah, it has Hydra on it. God, Patrick, what a good joke.
Pretty cool. All right. I got a good bit of gold. What are you looking for?
Cellstone like this probably run you 100 gold.
Yeah, I can do that. I give him the money.
He gives you the Cellstone.
I have obtained the Cellstone.
You have obtained the Cellstone. You need like a walkthrough on how to use it.
Yeah, actually, that'd probably be good because last time it was a long time ago.
He nods. It spends about 5 minutes showing you how to use it, how to make calls, how to send messages, how to get contacts from other people, how to play Hydra. It doesn't take you long to get the gist of it. It's pretty simple to use.
All right. I'm informed and empowered, and I'm ready to harass my friends with my Cellstone.
All right. If you ever want to upgrade, you can bring it in. We can trade you something. We've got models that have cantrips on them. Models that can do video calling as well.
You know what? Let's not bite off more than we chew. This is good.
Yeah, just down the line. Just make sure you keep it in good condition.
I will attempt.
Hang on. All right. Well, thank you for coming to Arcane Oculus.
Not a problem. Fucking retail. Anyways. He leaves, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, he leaves. You are now the proud owner of one Cellstone. Good job.
He forgot to ask if it needs to charge.
No, it doesn't. That's magic.
Okay, cool, good.
I should probably put like a limit on how many times you can use it in a day, but I don't care.
We haven't broken it yet, but don't tempt us.
See, I was about to say, like, if you can break just talking to someone, maybe I'll nerf it, but okay. With that Cellstone purchased, does anyone else have anything they want to do during the week? I know, Nezrin, you want to do some talking to people and some pub crawling. Is anyone else doing anything during the week? Any other social activities or anything like that?
I would like to buy a bit more leather. I want another bag, but EC wants she sees bandits like food storage system and kind of wants to do something but make a bag, so they're gonna buy leather for another bag and then consult Thorn when they get home about enchanting something.
Gotcha.
So need the leather to make the bag.
You do need the leather to make the bag. Yeah, you can purchase some leather. I would say enough for a bag would probably run you 10 gold.
Alright, I'll just give them.
Especially if you're looking high quality leather for enchanting. So yeah, like 10 gold is good.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of this copper 100 at a time.
As you fucking hand over, what is it, 10 gold? That's like, what, 1,000 copper?
No, it's 100.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 10 gold to a silver, 10 silver to... Yeah, you're right. No, 10 silver to a gold. Yeah, it is 1,000 for a 10...
No, it's not. 10
Yes.
times 10 is 100, Gabe.
So, 10 copper to a silver.
Oh, wait, you know what? You're right. I'm
So,
sorry.
it's okay.
We paid this person in pennies.
I'll just give him 100 silver then.
Yes, that would be. I mean, they'll take the money regardless.
If we
100
pick for
silver.
dimes.
Even if you give them 1,000 copper, it's still money. It's just
I don't have
unwieldy.
1,000 copper. I had 400.
Okay, that's 4 gold.
Yeah.
But yes, you have high quality leather,
Yeah.
enough for a bag. A bag, depending on where you're from.
And then I think I'll finish like the jerkin I had for Nesrin. I'm probably just gonna finish that off and make that a leather armor if you'd like.
Yeah.
I already purchased the leather for that, so it's just like a leather worker's check.
Yeah, you've made a check for this before. I'm gonna say for the rest of the time in that you guys are in the city, that's how long it'll take you. Maybe like the day before you guys leave, it'll be ready.
I know I made a roll for Illumes. This is for Nezra.
Oh right, that was for the studded leather. Okay, yeah, make another one. Maybe you get like a crit and be done in like 3 days. That's a 24. Yeah. You're done 2 days before you have to leave, so there's plenty of extra time for EC to figure out the social standing of giving someone a gift.
Oh, no, that's easy. EC like knocks on Nezrin's door.
You just hear childish giggling from inside, and then oh, hello. Yes, come in.
EC opens the door and much the same that they did with Alun, just sort of hand the garment over.
Oh, hello, EC. What is this? Takes the garment, looks at it.
It's what EC was going to give you. EC is finished.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Oh, this looks
EC did not.
wonderful. Thank,
EC knows.
thank you, EC. Thank you, EC.
You're welcome.
Is it my? Does it fit? Let me try. Let me try it on.
EC took measurements from you.
Well, I've got to try it on to make sure, don't I?
Shrugs.
Hold on, give me one moment. I will try it on. You can tell me how it looks. Would you? This is it's a small room.
EC just like tilts the head.
Well, I'm going to change into this beautiful piece of work you've gotten me.
EC nods. Go on. It does.
Would you mind?
And then it's just like a moment. It does not go on in place of clothes. It goes on top of clothes.
Oh, really? Okay,
Nods.
sure. I'll just like she like awkwardly like kind of rolls her shoulders back and then just like slips an arm through and then slips an arm through and kind of just like pulls it over her. Is this right? This look right?
You are not very proficient in wearing armor.
No, I've never really had to before.
EC just goes over and adjusts some fittings. It should not. It should fit pretty well, if not just feel weird because you've never worn armor before.
It probably fits perfectly, I'd say, but to Nizrin, she doesn't know what that feels like or looks like. But as EC comes over to like mess with the fittings and sort of like tighten some straps or whatever EC needs to do, Nezrin is like stock still, like, oh, you're touching me now. Okay.
He makes the final adjustments. Dad.
Thank you. How does it look? I guess that does not really
It
matter to you,
looks
does it?
okay on you, I get.
It's okay.
Not really for look, it's for function.
That makes sense. I realize I'm asking you a question that maybe is not fair to ask you. It's thank you for the gift. I will. It will keep me safe, and I appreciate it.
It will keep you safe when you learn to wear it and move in it. Other than that, it's probably going to get in the way.
Really? It gets in the way of what?
movement.
Oh. Well, I don't do a whole lot of that, I guess. So I should
Shrugs.
be fine.
I would say actually, Nezrin, after EC helps you put it on, it does feel pretty comfortable. It doesn't seem like it hampers your movement much.
That's nice. Yeah, Nezrin like fully like puts her arms up into the air and like rotates one arm all the way around and then rotates the other and like bends one way, bends the other, does some stretches. Like, no, this feels pretty good. It's I could jog in this probably. I could dodge out of the way of an evil spider. I think.
He looks
Not
at
too
them,
At that.
tilts their head, brings up the hand, and like tilts it back and forth. Maybe Nazarene asked Afan or Ilun how to move in this armor. They are.
Sure.
Not that DC doesn't know how to wear the armor, but DC is terrible at teaching.
I understand. Does Elune wear armor?
Ilun is wearing armor DC made for them.
Oh, wonderful.
At least DC thinks. Ilun was wearing it in the crypt.
The crypt.
Oh, and great, give it to Afan. We did a small job. I told Afan and Florian to see if he wanted to come along, but they knocked on the door and they heard girlish giggling and figured you were doing your own thing. So we went into a crypt and fought a bunch of mushroom dead reanimated by mushroom.
Wait, you went into a crypt where dead people are buried, and you fought the dead people because they had gotten up because they were animated by mushrooms?
You see, thanks. It was job.
Nezrin like takes
Okay.
off her glasses and like pinches the bridge of her nose and like looks down at the ground like, oh, what a loss. I could have been there.
You see, thinks they're still making preparations to move bodies if you want to
They're not all gone.
go and.
How far away is the crypt?
I mean, for you, maybe 30 minutes.
That is so close.
It's not out. It's right on outside of Strong Bay.
Do you think it would be rude if I went to look at the dead bodies?
He just looks at you deadpan and shrugs.
I'll ask someone else. But how was their movement? Was it exact and precise, or was it more shambling? How was their motor function? I've never
Not
considered.
good. We made them dead again.
That is fair. But it's fascinating. I've never considered fungus as the medium by which to resurrect the undead. And was the mushroom on the inside or the outside?
He's just looking at you.
Both? Neither? I'm curious to see if the mushroom was growing on them and somehow.
Slowly, the shoulders come up.
Oh, you did not
He
see.
Didn't really pay attention. He just shot them.
But were you shooting like normal-looking humanoid people, or humanoid people with mushrooms growing on them?
You see,
I'll ask someone else.
he's thinking you want to ask Ilun or Luna.
Okay, that is okay. I'll ask someone else. Thank you for this gift. EC, it is very much appreciated. I will wear it on all of our journeys. How do I clean this? Is it machine washable or should I dry clean?
No.
Cold water?
No.
Tambachin.
Tamashi.
Moment, looks up how to
Gently
clean
press
leather.
digitate.
Do I know prestidigitation? Let's see.
You oil leather. You
I
like
do.
wipe off any dirt and stuff like that, and then you keep leather well oiled.
Nezrin cast prestidigitation.
Yeah, it'll clean up all the filth off of it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it not that it was dirty, since it's like pristine from EC having just made it.
Mm-hmm. But when it does inevitably get dirty from the throes of combat. That Nezrin will clean it.
Yes.
And she impresses upon EC that she's going to take very good care of it, and that this matters a lot to her.
EC doesn't really mind because armor is meant to be worn and get
Mhm.
worn down.
But it's Nezrin is like overtly being like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. It's beautiful. It's amazing. This is so good. Thanks." Even, like maybe a little too much.
I think eventually, EC just going to like type on the phone and call to Luna for help. Nazreen is asking many questions EC doesn't know answers to. Can you come to Nazreen and answer questions, please?
Nezrin looks embarrassed.
No, it's typing. You don't know what she.
Oh,
There's
okay. I
some-
thought you called. Sorry.
No, they're messaging. They're texting Luna, "Hey, you up?"
Luna was not up.
Is Luna up?
Where you at?
Zoe, are you there? Are you eating food?
See an elbow?
No, I was on Twitter.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Repeat the lesson.
EC's sending you messages asking for
Oh
help.
shit. Oh, okay.
Nazreen is asking questions about the zombies, and EC doesn't know how to answer them. Can you come and explain this to her, please?
After like, I don't know, a minute, you hear her coming up the stairs and knocking on the door.
Come in. Creak.
You wanted to know about the bodies?
Oh yes, hello Luna, welcome.
EC makes a swift exit.
Goodbye, EC.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hmm.
I figure EC called me in because I would know more about this than them.
I suppose, but I guess I was overwhelming them. Whoops. They gave me a very nice jerkin armor.
That is lovely. The craftsmanship is very good.
Oh, also, you can add leather armor to your character sheet.
Yeah, now my AC is 12
Hey.
instead of 11.
Pew, 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 pew.
But I was curious about. EC mentioned that you all went to the crypt, without me, and there were zombies, that you killed, and they were animated by fungi, and I thought that was so fascinating because I'd never heard of using mushrooms as a medium through which to raise undead before, and I was curious. Were the mushrooms on the inside of the people or on the outside? Was it a magical thing or a natural thing? Did it spread through the mushrooms, or like a normal bite, or could it spread at all, or were they just inert? Sorry, that's a lot at once, isn't it?
Let's see what I can answer with a few statements. They did not seem to have souls. They seemed to be animated by the spores, the mushrooms. The presence of them depended on the state of decay of the subject. I'm just making shit up, Gabe. Just like
Yeah,
let me know if I'm wrong.
I will.
They were turned away by divine incantation, so they did have the same properties as more classic undead. Let's see.
Nezrin has a pad of paper and a pen and is writing all this down.
I took a sample from one of the corpses and one of the mushrooms growing on the ground nearby.
Luna,
are
you're a
definitely
goddess. Can I see them?
I am not, as she passes them over.
Oh, I know. I was just very grateful for the samples. Thank you. It's very thoughtful. And then like just is like totally just staring at these mushrooms really like deep, and is like already getting like some equipment from her like side bag, and is like taking out her wand and is like getting ready to like examine this very close up.
I am curious about your findings when you have a conclusion.
Oh sure, I would love to talk your ear off about what I find. It's It's totally fascinating. I've never seen anything like this before, so I'm just going to make a heyday of it.
Luna is just Luna's just gonna sit and like be there while Nezrin like both info dumps and studies these things at the same time. So I feel like that's what she's gonna do.
Cool. Yes. Yeah, if you stay in the room, Nezrin is just gonna fucking like talk out loud about what she's learning. And like she takes out like what appears to be some kind of like traveler's chemist kit or like alchemist supplies or something in her little like sides bag that turns into a little standing desk that she can travel with. And she's like taking out mushroom samples and like flicking her wand at it, and like some like spark of light and a puff of smoke and dripping like stuff on it, and doing all the weird like crazy wizard in a tower researcher trapped in a library of stuff,
Uh-huh.
taking
Luna
lots of
understands
notes, sketching
maybe
lots
a
of stuff.
quarter of what she's doing. Tops. But she's glad Nezrin's having a good time.
Nezrin's having a great time. This is wonderful.
Do you actually want to try and find out what's up with these spores
yeah,
and
dude.
mushrooms? Go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Do you want help? Since Luna's
Yeah.
chosen?
All right.
Oh,
If Luna's going to help Nezrin with this, then you can roll with advantage.
Okay. And I can't do Arcana.
This one is nature.
Aw, nuts.
It's a 13. While these spore samples and like some of these samples from the actual mushroom/fungi that were on the corpses are in great condition, and you can tell that they could still sprout if given the right conditions, there's only so much you can learn just from these spores. You would probably have to grow them to really see how they interact. Maybe if you had like some sort of safe spot where you could grow them with some sort of corpse, be it animal or humanoid or any kind like that. You could find out more about how it works, but for now, a lot of it is taking Luna's word on what happened, and inferring off of that.
Okay. So Nezrin does a lot of tests and is very excited, but ultimately doesn't learn a whole lot, except she does study the fuck out of this specific mushroom. And she knows a bit about mushrooms, because of decomposition and the corpses and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But her conclusion at the end, and she maybe says this out loud, is, I suppose in their travels I'll have to look out for dead animals or probably something small that could travel with. I wonder if these could grow in the right conditions if we're still traveling. I wonder if it would animate while we're on the road. Anyways, keep an eye out for small dead animals while we travel, please.
Well, Elune had some vague plan of letting a new colony grow somewhere.
Oh.
But
Elun is already researching?
he's
Perhaps
not
we could compare
researching.
notes.
He is respecting the living nature of fungus, and well, it's very unique, but it's still living. Um,
But wouldn't it be dangerous to just plant this somewhere?
I think he's waiting for a good opportunity. And please be careful to not inhale many spores. They will hurt. They will damage your lungs slightly.
Oh, yes, thank you for the warning. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe I should be wearing a mask. But these are small. I'm sure they're harmless. At this size. We'll see, I guess. If I start sprouting fungus, I don't
Then
know. I
we'll
don't want
know
to say
that
kill me, but
it takes effect on both living and dead.
that would be interesting. If that does happen and you can cure me, please make sure to write down what happens.
I will try my best.
Thank you. But were you hurt in the fight? You said that inhaling the spores is bad. Did you breathe them in?
I breathed some in, but my immune system fought them off. I had some phlegm, some sputum when I came out of the crypt. It was just some Yes, just some phlegm. I spat out.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. I would hate for something to happen to you. That I
Well,
was not there
again,
to help.
if I start sprouting mushrooms, we'll understand the nature of it a bit more.
Indeed.
Won't let it stop me.
I not to say I hope it happens. That would be horrible. Um,
Intellectual curiosity is doesn't always go hand in hand with polite empathy.
it does not. Something I'm working on.
It is a
I
balance.
know that sometimes, yes, sometimes I have said things, and people have given me strange looks because of it. And it took me a while to realize it's because not everyone is the same when it comes to this sort of thing.
It seems
So if I
those...
forget myself and say something untoward, please just let me know.
I will try to help you gauge that. I'm not the most talented at it either, but I will try.
Thanks, Luna.
Do you have a cellstone?
I do.
I should... I have one as well. I should exchange numbers with you. I saw a loon downstairs playing with one. I don't think he was doing very well, but...
Well, has he ever had one before?
I don't know. He seemed frustrated with whatever he was doing.
Well, I'm quite familiar with the Cellstone. I could maybe try to teach him how to use it. But yes, we should exchange numbers. Yes, very much so. Here, and I just hand out my Cellstone to you.
Luna pulls out her cellstone and slowly, not very, not much finesse, but she gets there eventually. Puts their shares the contact information. Hydra sounds hard compared to Snake, dude.
It's
God,
multi-snake
now I
drifting.
wanna-
It's so many heads.
I want to work out how this game works now.
Every time you hit the neck, another snake is created.
And they all have the same controls.
No, but it wouldn't work on a phone, but I can imagine doing it on a keyboard where every time a new WASD group
Oh my
opens
god.
up,
That would be
insane.
interesting.
and you've just got to work out which WASD group is opened up.
We can plan this game later, maybe during the break.
This is for the next game jam, right?
Hey guys, I can code. Let me know if you need help.
We'll start promoting on
That's the
Itch.io.
dark assets.
The new game based off this D&D.
I know how to use Unity.
Oof.
But yeah, I think Nezrin is satisfied with that interaction.
Yeah.
All right, you guys trade Cellstone information. Find out a little bit about
Luna
some.
goes downstairs eventually and gets Aloons and ECs as well. Starts with
I
Aloon.
think
EC was not
EC
having
and
it.
Luna already exchanged.
It did? Okay.
I think Luna and EC already exchanged.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys did it pretty early on in the beginning.
Luna's gonna make sure she has everybody's number now that she thinks of it. Or
I think Aloon was the only one who didn't have one before the game started.
Yeah. Everyone was like, yeah, I have a soft, I have something. And I'm over here like, huh?
Many of them were given as gifts, but I didn't think your druid guy it would make sense for him to have a Cellstone to give you.
I don't think Atok had a cellstone, and I don't think Aloon would be given a cellstone. So
Yeah.
it completely made sense, but it was very funny.
Luna comes down and asks. She comes and sits next to Aloon, close enough to be like, I'm paying attention to you. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure this game out. You see on these runes here, there's a number. I'm trying to get a bigger number than the one that's already there. The guy who demonstrated me got that, and he got to like 7 heads, and I can only get to like 4. See, if the head runs into it, it bites the neck, and then the head falls off, and then 2 more go in its place. And eventually, the stone fills up with little snake heads. So like that's bad, I think, because then the screen clears and you have to restart.
Maybe that's the final state of it? Maybe that's the goal?
Maybe. Well, I've done that a lot, and the number doesn't go up.
The goal is to get more head.
It's always the goal, baby.
Bro, that's always the goal.
Why not go up and then left and then up more and then right more than you went left and then you run into next.
He's doing this. I don't know if that works or not. Anyways, but oh yeah, I need to exchange contact with people. I got this because sometimes we get separated. It's easier to communicate. I've had one of these things for a while. Yeah.
So you know how to operate it. That's not what you were having trouble with.
Yeah, no. I know the basics.
Well, I can
you
give
lost
you my
again.
contact.
Okay. I guess I hold it together. I don't.
Any that I have and you don't. So, I think Alun and Luna both have each other, EC, Nezrin, and we're missing Florian and Afan at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? How is Florian doing?
He found out kind of a personal issue, having a little like team drama moment. I just give him some time.
Little Purple Man was very noisy the other night.
yeah.
Was it, I really shouldn't be asking you this. I should be asking him, but he might say. Was it A related?
That I've been sworn to secrecy on, so you might want to wait for him to say something.
Okay, I appreciate it. And I appreciate your respect for his privacy.
He's got dirt on me, so it's pretty wonderful.
Sorry.
I mean, Easy thinks if Luna waits for the Little Purple Man, then you will sooner see a fish climb a tree.
Well, it's kind of with kids. If you try to pry it out of them, it doesn't go
Yes.
too well. So you kind of gotta get.
He is
Get on
not
level.
one to be forced to do anything.
Well, Easy's not saying to force them, and Easy's just saying if you simply just wait, then you will see a fish climb a tree first. People like Little Purple Man, the ones that want to get under everyone's skin, figuratively. Very weird saying, but they are like turtles. They'll snap at what's in front of them, but the moment they are threatened, they will go into their shell and not come out. It was a dangerous pass.
I understand what you're saying. It is
You will have to pick up turtle like hamburger.
very gently like a hamburger.
Fuck.
He's not sure how Luna would go about that, but if Luna wants to know what is going on with Little Purple Man, pick him up like Little Hamburger.
I will attempt to do that figuratively, not literally. Last time I touched him without his permission, it did not end very well.
Is he sure?
See what? I didn't hear you.
Easy shrugs.
Yeah. Haven't had a hamburger ever, I think.
Uncle showed Easy how to make.
They probably got some at the end. It shouldn't be too hard to get them to whip one up, even if it's an off time.
A ground meat patty? That shouldn't be too hard.
Easy can go get you meat.
If someone already has meat, I will just buy a sandwich from them. I could cook it, but I don't have the resources. I appreciate the offer, though.
He nods. Dude, Easy's wondering if you have seen Afan. Did Afan, because Afan has Nazrin's share of job money.
Last I saw him, he was outside the chapel. I don't remember if he was there when we left.
If Luna and EC left the chapel, he would have left as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was he was waiting for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy, did he not leave soon after us, with us?
He didn't pay attention.
Perhaps we can send him a message? Do you have his contact?
Easy just shouts out, all short people are hoes, and then Afan just materializes and beats Easy's ass.
Avan is like, I'm proud.
EC will just send a very simple text to Afan. Just if you haven't already, make sure to give Nezrin their portion.
Avan just replies like, yep.
Seeing that their job is done, EC will return to the outskirts of the town and to their camp.
Luna's gonna go find a hamburger. Hamburger.
You can find a hamburger for sure. In the market, there's plenty of like food stalls and things like that.
Do we want to roleplay me getting a hamburger, or
We don't have to unless you really want to.
I don't really want to.
Okay.
No, I need to see the Burger Master NPC game.
I would like to RP at some point, like Luna's time at the church, her conclusion she comes to, but that doesn't have to be now or here.
Let me see. Let's take this is probably a good spot to take a break. Let's take a 5-minute break, come back, and then we can go back to some downtime stuff with Luna and Nezrin.
Okie dokie.
All right. We'll be back.
Ah,
I've returned.
nice.
I was here the whole time.
Nice.
I'll call you Sam Reich from now, Patrick.
Please do. I'm glad somebody got that reference.
Bro, I love Game Changer.
No fucking rules, dude. I just
It's-
watched four seasons of it. It's so good.
It's so good. I haven't watched the Battle Royale episodes yet.
I haven't seen any of the new season. Just somebody I know who has a Plex server put 4 seasons of it up on their Plex server.
Gotcha.
I watched through that, but I don't have a College Humor subscription. So.
I'm just like a YouTube member, so
Oh, okay.
you can watch it all on there. It's like $5 a month. I'll support their independent content. Game, it's worth it for Game Changer. That game's so good.
Yeah.
Or that show, I should say.
Have you watched any of them actually?
Yes. Oh, I love it. I have the board game.
Oh, I didn't know there was a board game.
Yeah, there was a Kickstarter for it last year or the year before.
That's funny. It's there's a lot of that just for free on YouTube.
Yeah. There's a lot of them actually for free. Make Some Noise is really good. Where it's a spin-off from the episodes of
The Brennan, Zach, and
Yeah.
Joe guy, right? Yeah.
yeah. Plus all their D&D content is on there. Not that I watch it cuz it's a lot.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into Dimension 20, but because I like Brennan a lot. But
Yeah, he's a great DM. It is just a lot of backlog and it's intimidating. It's like trying to get into Critical Role.
yeah, maybe I'll wait until I finished Friends at the Table first.
That's fair.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think we're just waiting for Zoe and Riley. Unless Riley's here muted.
Hello, I have returned.
Riley's here muted, okay. Has anybody watched the Mario movie yet?
I lawfully obtained it and viewed it on Twitter.
Of course. How is it?
If you're going into it just to, just to like enjoy yourself, it's really good. If you're trying to like pick apart its story and try and find deeper meaning behind it, you're not gonna have such a good time.
What is
Does
this?
he do the Mario?
The Mario movie.
Ah,
There is a shit ton of references in it. from like minute 1. I don't know if anyone actually watched the old cartoon
Did not.
that
But
they used to have, but there's references to that. There's references to like GameCube and everything. My one gripe with it is that Yoshi's only made a cameo appearance.
Oh,
no.
That's gotta be the next movie.
yeah. The Mario movie 2, Yoshi's Island.
You know,
Every
I haven't watched the Mario movie yet, but I did watch the first Sonic movie that came out a few years ago, right? And I was genuinely surprised that it was quite a good movie. And then I tried to watch Sonic 2, and I got like 10 minutes in, and I was like, this character, he has become the most annoying character that has ever been on screen in history. And I turned it off because I was like, I cannot put up with a movie of like 2 hours of this guy being zany. I was so disappointed.
All right. Well, we're all back. So let's do Luna at the church, and then we can do Nezrin doing some drinking.
Take us to church.
We were all thinking it.
Cool. It's time to get real indulgent of me and Gabe doing bullshit.
Hell yeah.
20 minutes. Alright, so Luna pulls out some prayer beads, and she settles in, and she thinks about, you know, what she's learned about herself recently. That she has some connection to the Fae, possibly more than just, you know, she's an elf, and there's that. But like, thinks about it a little more, and you know, Nezrin talking about that font of magic within her that's not necessarily divine in nature. She thinks about it more, and she thinks back to she was first learning like formalized spells. And she could do the spells. They were simple things like thaumaturgy, prestidigitation, little things. And she would do them right. She'd produce the result, but then her mother would tell her that she was doing it wrong, that she had to channel the magic in a different way. And it was really hard to get it that other way. But she worked at it and eventually got it, and stopped being able to do magic in that first way that was so easy and to her as a kid. And she's kind of ruminating on that as she settles into more of a trance-like state.
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom check.
Just flat wisdom.
Yeah. As Luna tries to think about their past, think about where they are now, and they get into that little bit of meditative state, there's remembrance of how things used to be and where you are now. And as you think of where you are now, there's a flash of the memory comes to your mind pretty what's the word I want to use? Not violently.
Viscerally?
Pretty viscerally, of that moment when you were speaking with Florian, and something came over you. Those feelings come up, and they were so different from anything that you've ever experienced in your life, Luna. But they didn't feel unnatural. It was like something that was always in you flared up in that moment. You were surprised by
That's okay. It's my fault. I'm pretty sure I said it.
You're surprised by how violent it was, but not in the physical violent sense, in the sheer Luna's very calm and collected and has had throughout her whole life followed examples of, and her herself as well has thought things through and taken things slowly. And in that moment, it was pure emotion, pure reaction almost.
She's gonna tap into, like, she's gonna think about that feeling specifically of that, like, whatever that was flaring up, that impulse, like, just the impulse straight to the action. There was no thought behind it, no focus on, like, the consequences or anything. It was just thought into action and tries to examine of, I guess, there was that spark of emotion, of frustration at Florian that normally she would have recognized and taken down, but whatever was coming up out of her short-circuited that process. It just jumped right to doing something, and that was the wrong thing to do in this instance. So, I guess he's gonna think about how that feels, about like combining that feeling of that impulse straight into action along with that different way she used to cast magic. She's still in a trance state, so I'm really gonna do a spell. Probably experiment. It's actually, she looks at Easy. How's Easy doing?
This is after the social overload.
No, this is at the church.
Oh,
We went back in time.
Okay, EC is fiddling with their sort of like wolf fang necklace, looking at the shrine to Silo, looking back down at it, just sort of takes a deep breath, smiles, and probably feels Luna's gaze on them and looks over, waves.
She nods and then kind of beckons them over a little bit.
They go where they are beckoned. Yeah.
All right, I'm doing a little bit of background to try and get this flavor right. Would it be alright if I cast a spell on you? Very small one. I would
EC
just-
quirks an eyebrow, but nods.
She thinks she like she's a little bit like in her trance state still, and she's going to attempt to cast Cure Wounds, but in that, like, sort of other way. And I kind of just want to do a flat roll and see if it works, even.
Go ahead and roll Arcana then, I guess.
I actually want to, okay, 6.
Okay. As you cast the spell on EC, typically the way that you cast through your clerical powers is trying to basically calling upon the power of the god you worship and affecting the world around you through that power. This way you're trying to use more like an innate power within you. EC, as you look at Luna, as she casts this magic on you, there is, you see the typical flash of healing magic that you've seen before, but on Luna herself, there's a flash, not a flash, like a shimmer of color along her hair and her hand, almost like a pink tint to it for a moment.
So it's bright and vibrant.
Yes.
EC like flinches away. Bright and vibrant things in nature are poisonous.
She flinches back away from them in response to the flinch. Are you alright? Did I hurt you?
You just went the color of things that are poisonous.
Oh,
Well, a color, not the color.
which color is that? There are many poison
Pink?
colors. Pink.
Yeah, and just sort of just gestures to EC's own hairline, but you know, on you.
On my... She touches her head. Very strange. Thank you, EC. I didn't mean to startle you.
Luna is not poisonous?
I hope not. I was not intending to poison you. Do you feel poisoned?
Yeah, I don't think EC would feel poisoned because EC doesn't typically let right things touch them.
Well, if
But
you...
I suppose EC would have to ingest it, and EC is not really too keen on ingesting Luna.
No, I'm not interested in that either. I was trying to cure a wound, so
EC doesn't.
it would be a very...
Do you want EC to make a wound?
No.
EC doesn't have wounds.
How do
right
I
now.
explain this? I was trying to cast Cure Wounds in a way that I do not normally. And you saw my
Is
hair
it the
turn
way that
pink.
is not natural
I think
to Luna?
it's natural. It's just different than what I usually do.
She's gonna look at Luna.
Luna looks pretty, like, she's a little bit back on her, like, floaty, not quite there bullshit. But, like,
No,
Also,
EC's like looking for
returning?
something.
what are they looking for?
EC's trying to determine what type of elf Luna is.
Oh, okay.
Sure, go ahead and roll a nature check for me, EC. Luna feels like, as you look at Luna and examine her, she feels like she's a full elf. She's an elf as elf.
You are like Auntie, but different. You smell enticing. Not like in like like an enticing flower, like beckoning you to like pick it, and then it like stings you.
Hmm.
Are you? But you're not like Auntie, but you're an elf. Like you're very elfy. But you're not like Auntie.
Was your auntie a full-blooded elf that you know of?
EC nods. But Auntie's people usually roam the woods and are very nomadic, I think. Until they settle down in the woods.
Was your
Wood
auntie
elf?
prone to mood swings of any sort?
As far as you remember, EC, no.
Hmm.
You don't smell like Auntie. Auntie is not like Luna.
You mentioned the term wood elf. Is that a?
I think I think that is what humans and travelers would call them. I just call Auntie Auntie.
Well, if there are different types of elf, I certainly would not have investigated them.
He shrugs. Would Easy have ever like seen a drow? They were pretty like sequestered up in that village, so I'm assuming not
like
too often.
If anything, Easy's heard about Drow, like
In
Luna
the-
is not. The only close thing is white hair.
In the rows, in the untrimmed rows, there is a group of drow that are adventurers there, and EC did see them.
Well, that are the elves that were in the rows that are also not like Auntie, the dark skinned and the white haired one. But you are not like them. You smell like and then Easy has like a come to earth moment. You smell like you come from the place where this language was born, speaking in Sylvan.
That hits Luna like a sack of bricks. She's sitting there looking kind of shell-shocked for a minute. I have a lot to think about, she replies in Sylvan.
I didn't hurt your feelings, did I?
No, this is...
I've been seeming to do that a lot.
You didn't do anything wrong. You are you are a big help. This is very helpful. You've not done anything to hurt my feelings. This situation and how it's affecting it in the nicest way, it has nothing to do with you.
Oh, thank God.
Luna chuckles a little bit. There's a lot here to thank. I'm going to be just a little bit long, and we can go.
Okay.
And Luna is going to do the thing, like sort of a... There's no real mechanical thing for it, it's just RP bullshit for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like praying directly to her deity and like seeing if she can get any sort of response. She's confused. Oh, Cat's back.
Hello.
I would say a direct plea to your deity. Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
You won. At 16.
Okay. What do you say in your prayer?
Your seer of seers, teller of the future, forecaster. What is this other power? Has it always been here, or is it new? Would using it go against your will or your visions?
There is silence. Not that you're not used to that. And then it's not a full-on vision that you receive. You get ideas and emotions. There is the general idea of your mother, and there's a typical emotion of love that you feel. Respect. There's a sense of maybe something that's gone unspoken between the two of you. That it's not that she's tried to hide it, but something that she's never outright said. And something that you've never outright asked. There's a feeling of being lost where you currently are, and then there's a feeling of that experience you had with Florian, and a sense of familiarity, and a sense of curiosity. And then the last thing you do feel, there is an image of the seer herself in your mind, and a feeling coming from her towards you of understanding and acceptance. You don't feel like anything that you are doing right now goes against any of her plans or her desires for you.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Alright. I guess she kind of comes out of that trance. It's probably been a good amount of time. He's probably been waiting there for, about 15-20 minutes.
He's waited much longer for less.
Minky, stop. Will you please stop climbing this, my child? Stop.
I was in Dart at EC when EC discovered they like to climb.
My darling child, please stop. Luna stands up and looks to EC. I'm ready if you are.
Gets up, nods. Alright.
Luna's going to. Is Hannah still up front, or is she?
She's
doing other...
just like generally. You look. She's like. Actually, she's doing what she said she was doing. She's like planning. She's just behind the pulpit with like a book open, writing things down and thinking, and softly like talking to herself under her breath. She's like thinking out plans of what she needs to do to move forward with what's going on in the crypt.
Okay. Luna's gonna see if she can approach to the point that Hannah looks up. Just give her like a little nod bow.
Yeah.
I'm out. Thanks.
She'll smile and she'll give you a nod.
And on the way out, Luna's gonna drop that 30 gold she got from Hannah back into the offer box.
Okay. Yeah, there's a donation box near the front, and you give them back the money that they gave you.
Yep. I guess then we go and
looks at this. It's curious. You do not want it for a job well done.
It is how I choose to say thank you, how I choose to spend the reward.
Fair enough.
Yes, we
Luna just gave a third of an iPhone to the church.
Yes.
Damn.
Third of a tax exempt
Drop that
iPhone
money.
to the church.
Yeah. Luna doesn't understand taxes. She's lived in a church her whole life.
Oh, EC doesn't either. But
We're all tax dodgers here. It's okay.
Hell yeah! Eloon's off the grid. EC's off the grid. Ezra.
Balloon is off the grid.
What?
He's
Nezrin is a dutiful student who pays her taxes on time every time. How dare you?
If you want to learn how to not pay taxes, because Balloon can show her some things.
How does Afon feel about taxes?
Nezrin has to pay so many taxes. She's done with taxes
Pay
every
property
year.
tax.
Avon
don't have
believes that he served in the war long enough that he is exempt from taxes.
You know what?
Fair enough, my man.
He does
right.
not take into account that he has moved continents to a
Florian
continent that was
does
not
not
even
know what
slightly
taxes
involved in the
are.
war.
hmm?
Florian doesn't know what taxes are. He doesn't care.
Florian predated taxes.
Yeah.
Old, and he gets Medicare and
Fuck.
That man needs a life alert.
He's getting some social security benefits
All
that we
right.
don't know about.
yeah, Social Security was what I was looking for. We're paying Florian actually.
I will say that Avan follows Luna and EC at like a relatively like he's not like with them. He's kind of hanging back, not trying to be like stealthy or anything, but he's
Just giving them their space.
something like that.
We're all kind of aware of each other. Going the
At
similar.
least he's not aware of Afon at all. I gotta keep
Oh,
the narrative.
okay. I feel like EC and Luna don't say anything because nothing really needs to be said. They're just kind of there, you know?
Yeah, they're vibing.
They are vibing. All right. Nezrin,
Howdy.
you want to go bar hopping? You want to go pub crawling, right?
That's right.
Do you invite anyone from the group here?
I know that FN likes to drink, and I'm also a little afraid of him, so I will invite him, but I don't think he'll go. I'll probably invite like the group. I'll let everyone know like I plan on going, but I think Nezrin's very after the first time entering a city with the group and being like, oh, bar hopping, and everyone was like, eh. She's very determined to like no matter what they say, you're gonna go, even if it's just you alone, you're gonna go do it because you like it. It's fun, and she's like talking herself up. before
She's just
inviting everyone.
convinced herself
God,
about the
that's so
solo bar
sad.
hopping.
That's literally me whenever I want to go play cards. Holy shit.
So she invites people, but is not hopeful.
Does anyone want to go with
told myself
Nezrin?
I wouldn't have Loon get smashed in session again. But god damn it, I'll do it for Nesbitt.
Do it for her. And I like to think that she does a good job at hiding how desperate she is. But
EC accepts not to go drinking, but to keep an eye on people.
It's the DD.
fair enough.
Luna is distracted, and she's gonna stay back. She's gonna be on her cell phone all night, pretty much.
Sure, I think Avan will go. Why not?
Hell yeah.
It's a bit like you guys all drink too much. There's a serious culture of binge drinking in this group.
I've been told
I'm
that you can never drink
sorry.
enough. But that was when I was behind the bar and I was trying to convince people to buy more, so that's probably bad advice. Now that I think about it.
All right. Let's come up with 5 bar names.
The scraggly beard.
Tipsy barmaid.
The elf on the shelf.
That's really good.
Never mind.
Jeez. The Hare and Hounds.
Egg.
The prancing pony.
You guys are staying at that place.
Oh yeah. I thought that sounded familiar. The beggar prince.
Okay, that's 5.
Eat my
God
ass.
damn it. Beggar Prince.
That's what it is.
You know, yep, the sign's fucked up. It says Beggar Prince.
I would just like to read you off a list of tavern names that I got from Fantasy Name Generators just now. We've got the Responsible Butterfly. This next one is definitely 1000% a dwarf bar. The Magnificent Ore Bar.
I love that.
That's really good.
The Honorable Cookie. The Sleepy Octopus Inn.
That's a good one.
The Detailed Fowl Tavern. Man, you spent way too long drawing that chicken, mate.
Oh, the details on this duck are insane.
The Macho Lantern.
I like that. That lantern's got muscles.
The Heavy Onion Tavern. The Next Bar. And last but definitely 100% not least, the Clumsy Ape.
Those are all really... The Next Bar is a clever name for a bar, actually. I like it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't
should we go
start
for
here.
The Next Bar, yeah.
The
It's good. Fuck, if I ever open a bar, I'm calling it the Next Bar.
Next Bar, that's a really good one.
Bless.
Bless you. Okay.
Sorry.
So the group of you go out and bar hop. Nezrin, you're taking the lead on this. Which bar do you want to go to first?
We gotta go to the the elf on the shelf.
All right, you start off with the Elf on the Shelf. It's a pretty well kept bar. It's not so much of a dive bar, but it's also not like a super fancy establishment either. You imagine this is a place for merchants to go to. Or not for, that typically merchants go to. People with a little bit more coin, but who aren't like highborn nobles or anything like that.
Exactly my kind of bar.
As you head in there, you can see there's a few people sitting and drinking. Behind the counter, you see an elf. He's a tall man. He's a tall man. Maybe 6'1". He is got long brown hair, pointy ears, not as pointy and long as Luna's, but out there. And he's got a pretty kind face and welcomes you all in as you come in. Hello, welcome to the Elf on the Shelf. How can I help you?
Hello. We are looking to get drinks. Do you have a house drink or anything on tap?
What's up,
Uh,
Elf? What you got on that shelf?
He
Oh, right. Is there a
smiles.
shelf?
And there is a shelf of alcohol behind him.
Yes.
And there is on the end a keg which is labeled the Elf. And says that is our house ale, the Elf, on the shelf.
Right. 4 of the elves, please. 1 for each of us.
Perfect. They nod, serve all of you a pint of Elf on the shelf.
Yeah, let me drink that elf.
And it'll come out to like a silver.
I got this one. First round's on me.
He's taking water.
You don't want to drink an elf? Says Nezrin, who is delighted with the naming
No.
convention of this drink. You know, you see, it's not actually an elf. It is just called an elf. And I
Why?
bet it tastes really good. It's for the joke, the elf on the shelf, because the big keg is labeled elf, and then it sits up on the shelf, and then when people come in asking about the name, the guy can probably like point really cleverly to the keg, and that is a good joke.
Oh.
But you should try it at least. Do you drink at all?
Easy drank a couple teas with Illusion.
Yeah.
What kind of
Easy-
tea?
I
Yellow.
used to try something the other day.
It was a nice tea. It had a name before it. Easy didn't care to remember it.
Mm.
It was okay, but it wasn't as strong as what DC is used to.
Do you drink like alcohol though? Is what I was asking.
Strictly speaking, yes, but not. Easy just takes a sip to maybe get this conversation away from saying I don't drink casually.
That's okay. I guess more for me. And then Nesrin will take you 6
Oh no!
bucks.
Oh no! Easy didn't say I don't drink casually. Easy drank it to avoid saying that.
Oh, I thought Easy just took like a sip.
Yeah, no. Easy takes a sip in place of saying I don't drink casually.
I understand.
Whoever wants to actually try like tasting the beer, Nezrin, you have advantage on this roll. Just go ahead and give me let's just call it an intelligence check.
I will sample the words.
Oh my god!
It's your specialty, Nezrin.
Dude, 20s?
That's
Bowling
incredible.
fluid?
What
It's
a thing to get 2 nat 20s.
this
on.
is
This would be the thing,
this
I
is
guess.
so in character for Nezrin. I
This
love
is like
this.
her whole fucking childhood.
She knows how to brew
Oh.
this. She knows every secret.
Yeah.
Elune, it tastes refreshing for an ale. Not super strong. Afan and Nezrin, you guys can both get why it's called the elf. It is like a little bit like of elderberry, a little bit of like blue. It's a very fruity, like it reminds you of like springtime. The taste of it. And Nezrin, you can tell very much that this is much more of a social drink, not a very high ABV. This is so people can order plenty and drink throughout the night without having to worry too much about like watching what they drink.
Well, this is
Like,
just
haha, I've
delightful.
tasted a few elves in my time. I know what this is like.
Nezrin like forces out a laugh and like covers her mouth, but is blushing a lot. It's like, oh, that's yes. Is it the same flavor? Like this? This is more like floral.
Well.
Oh, I should not have said. Um, and she's gonna just turn away from alluding to the bartender and say, "This is very, very good. I, is elderberry? Yes. Do you do you brew it with the elderberry in the barrel, or do you?"
Sorry, you were talking to the barkeep. Um, actually, what we do, we use special barrels made. Well, I don't know if you know much about barrel making.
I know a few things about barrel making.
The bottom of the barrel, we make it out of a composite of elderberry wood from the bush.
Oh, fascinating! That is so interesting. I'm going to. She's like tasted a small piece of paper, writes that down, like bottom of the barrel wood infused drinks.
So it has a little bit of that taste. We also, from the forest to the northwest of here, there's an elven commune. I have some family there, and I get some berries and some flowers from there that grow around the area, and include that in the brew as well.
Well, that is just lovely. I love the flavor, and it's nice. It goes down smooth. It's not too much. I could have a good number of these. Very clever.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
I shall have to write home about this. Takes another big thoughtful sip.
Yeah. It is a very nice, very pleasurable drink.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to get drunk off this, you'd have to have like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not 10, maybe like 6.
Guess it depends on the individual.
Yeah, it depends on the person. You'd need to have a lot of this.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, what do you think, Ivan, Elune?
I mean, it's not exactly my speed, but I'll drink. I'll drink whatever's coming my way.
And what is your speed?
A lot of alcohol.
Got you. Stronger.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we could find stronger. Are you trying to drink a lot?
Not necessarily, especially if we're like actually wanting to have like fun conversations. Let's be honest here. What do you do and what do you talk about back from where you're from when you bring the folks out to the bar?
Oh, well, I would mostly go out with school friends, so I guess assignments and studies and research and the big test coming up, what people's research is about. Or speaking of which, I did hear you had some of those spores from the crypt. I am very interested to see what you do with them. Luna told me you were going to plant them.
Yeah. I saved about a jar's worth. I mean, it's like a little herb sample jar, so like I guess it's not too many. But it's mushrooms. You don't really need too much as long as they take. Just figured if we were killing the original colony, we could just, if there's someplace convenient out of the way, like I don't know, the spooky rundown crypt, what the hell ever, I can just put him there. It probably won't be a problem for anyone, but whatever adventurer has to come there next.
Perhaps we could put up some signage to be like, hey, don't die here.
Yeah. So it'd be a lot safer, and then the mushrooms could do their thing, because I mean,
important for the ecosystem.
It's very druid thought that like even the things that like aren't particularly pleasant, kind of still just have their niche and right to exist in some form.
Certainly, I couldn't agree more. Speaking of the druid stuff, you have a affinity to animals. Would you be able to tell from like a distance if there are animals nearby and if they're alive or dead? I'm looking for a small animal that is dead already, hopefully.
I don't really have a radar. Radar does not exist in this setting. I don't. My Soliton radar is not picking.
My Soliton radar.
I actually don't know if that's a druid necessarily a druid ability. I don't particularly have a sense. I mean, I can just like turn into a dog or something and probably like smell something alive or dead.
Oh,
That's
sure.
not too hard.
I hadn't thought of that. I just want to keep a lookout for small dead things. I'm thinking I could let the mushrooms take and see what happens. Research it, study it, a safe environment. I'm very curious about
Oh
what you
yeah, I
experience.
can. Get us drunk enough, we can prowl the roads for some roadkill. It'd be pretty easy.
Oh, in the city, like
Yeah,
what do you think there would be? Like a cat or a squirrel?
yeah, squirrels all the time. They're just like, I can just get in the center, and then they kind of misjudge because their brains are real small and flat.
Oh, that's so sad. But
Eh.
good for us, I guess. Yes,
Yeah.
I would love that. But of course, we have to be drunk enough first. Yes.
Yes.
We need a lot of ale for that, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Takes another big sip. It tastes really good. She like whispers like low. It tastes very good, but it really isn't shit when it comes to drinking. You're right.
Nah, I mean it's fine. It's whatever works for the evening. He can drink just fine. So I can't speak good. He's already drank his.
Oh, cool.
What are Afan and EC doing?
She's just making sure you guys don't make fools of yourselves.
It's
Pretty
too
much,
late.
pretty much exactly
We're
the
already,
same.
we're already gonna collect roadkill.
Yeah, we're about to go.
Avan and Hisi sharing glances across the table, like "fuck me."
What's wrong with collected roadkill? Come on.
If it's fresh, you can eat it.
See, there's all about eating things that they kill, okay?
But perhaps it's time to move on to the next bar. This place
Yeah,
is nice,
sure, why
but it's not. It's a little too familiar, if you know what I mean.
It's a little stuffy. Not so stuffy that they turn me away, but you know the vibe.
Inside
Have you-
Izzy's head is like, oh god, they're gonna get fucking shanked in an alley.
Have you been turned away by a bar before?
By EC.
By EC. They're gonna get shanked in an alley by EC.
They do dumb stuff, yes.
Also, the bottom of the barrel needs to be a bar name.
Oh, that's another good one. All right, where are you guys going next?
Ilu, what do you think? Where's next?
Let's see. It's got a little place called the Tipsy Barmaid. It crosses a couple like busier roads. Might be able to find something on the way.
Oh, that sounds nice. Okay, used to be me. Let's make our way.
All right. Do
All
we
right.
find any roadkill?
Yeah, can we keep a lookout for roadkill?
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check for me, you guys.
Do I
Can
need to
I?
be a dog?
You do you want to like try and sniff it out as a dog?
No, we're not that late in the night yet.
Okay. Yeah, then just make a perception check for me, both of you guys.
There's a hair of the dog that bit you joke in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Could I argue for investigation? I'm sweeping the streets, prowling around.
Sure.
It wouldn't matter.
No.
The double,
Karma
double
makes
nat
sense.
Oh my god! What is happening?
Karmic balance.
Oh,
The scales are centered now.
Absolutely incredible, by the way. Holy shit.
Oh, I
Our
have to
hot
take a
fumble-
screenshot
fumble
of this.
tray.
You really do. Yeah, no, Balloon, you don't spot any roadkill. Not this early in the night, not this part of the city at least. With a 10, it's just, you know. I think Nezrin is too excited about the good time that she's having with her friends. This is going way better than she expected. And so she's like, "Oh, holy shit! We're actually gonna like have a good time and be friends. I can't fuck this up.
Olin wants to look for roadkill too. Cool. Okay, like that.
We're bonding. We're agreeing on things. We can talk about things and not just a weird girl."
That's so fucking sad. Jesus Christ.
What do you mean? She's doing great.
That doesn't make it not sad.
She's succeeding.
This is me when I got to college, okay?
Oh no.
Okay. The Tipsy Barmaid is a little bit lower on the fancy scale than the Elf on the Shelf. Definitely, probably a lot of sailors come to this bar. As you guys go in, you can see that it is already busy for the night. There are plenty of full tables with people playing cards and talking. And there's someone playing some music. You see their like little, I don't know, like tip jar, whatever, already has like some silver and gold coins in there. It's a pleasant tune, nothing too fancy, nothing crazy. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta play some music. There we go. Behind the bar, you see an older woman, and rushing around the bar, you see a couple of barmaids. They look to be humans. The woman behind the bar looks to be late 30s, early 40s, so not too much older. But she seems to be taking people's orders and getting drinks ready. She sort of looks over as you guys walk in, glances in your direction, gives you a nod. And then one of the girls quickly comes up, one of the barmaids. You can see she's much younger. She is maybe 3 or 4 years younger than Nezrin. Maybe Nezrin gets a little bit of a nostalgic vibe from this. But she's got a wide smile on her face. Her hair's up in a bun. She says, "Hi, welcome to the Tipsy Barmaid. Is this the for you?"
Yes, I believe so.
Yep.
Wonderful. And she like looks around. Oh, there's a table over here. Lucky. And she sits you down on the table.
Is it usually busy this time of night?
Yeah. Lots of people coming in, always. She
Seems like a lot
smiles.
Of sailing types.
Yeah, we get a lot of sailors here.
Makes sense. It's a river town.
What can I get you guys?
I have to ask about your house ale or whatever you have on tap. That's like, do you have a specialty?
We have like a house ale, yeah. I gotta come up with a name for it. It's called the Barmaid's Tears.
That is sad. Is it salty?
No, it's just something my mom came up with. That's the name she came up with.
Oh, is your mom okay?
She's fine. She's over there running the bar.
Oh, it's just that. I'll have one.
Okay. She
Give me
smiles.
something. Oop. Sorry.
She smiles, writes down your order, turns to the rest of you guys.
Give me something that'll strip the finish off the table. If you don't
Gotcha.
Oh, one of those for me as well.
Oh, okay.
Do you have food here?
Yeah. What are you hungry for?
mind.
What?
Elun, I just had
Yeah.
a wonderful idea.
I will take something very fatty for these two, and then I will also take something fatty for myself. Dealer's choice.
Thanks for a second. You can probably get a couple of meat sandwiches ready for you guys. Would that be okay?
Nesrin, what was your idea?
So why spend the time to prowl the streets and find a dead animal by happenstance when there are so many dead animals at every place that prepares food? What if we just bought a chicken?
I mean, I guess it is worth a try. It's already dead. I don't know if like cooking it affects like the. I don't think cell biology exists in this setting.
Oh, cooking it might do something to it. I guess maybe that means we should get the roadkill and the cooked chicken just to compare against and have it control.
Just the sandwiches are fine, thank you.
Yeah. She turns to Avan.
It's like ale.
She nods, writes this all down. Okay, it'll be a few minutes. We'll bring your drinks out, then we'll get the food out. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I like her. She's doing well.
Couple minutes later, she brings back your drinks. Alun and Nesrin, you guys get like a it's bigger than a shot glass.
Nice.
Filled with a clear liquid that you can immediately smell. It is fucking strong.
Oh, this was going to be one of those ones that evaporate in your mouth. Oh, I love those.
Just knocks it back.
And also 2 pints of ale. One for Nesrin, one for Afan.
Okay. Elun, do you know how to do the fun thing where you take the shot together? You kind of reach your arm around the others and sort of take the shot like that? You hit the table, reach your arm around, and drink?
Do I as a person actually don't know because I don't drink that much.
Oh, that's fine. Nesrin is, and if you could see me, it'd be way easier to show you what I mean. But like a thing where if you're like picking the glass up to your mouth, you like both hold your arms out and like wrap your arms around each other's like at the elbow, and then like drink.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With your arms
interlinked.
Yeah. It's like
I've
a fun.
That one in a hot minute. Let's go.
All right. Clicks the table, wraps the arm. This is now that I see this, more than I shot. I think 2 at least. Are you good for that?
Yeah.
All right. Drink.
Same shit.
What happens, Gabe?
It's strong.
Is it ever clear?
It's like 70 proof.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Nesrin like coughs a little bit, but it has a smile on her face. Immediate like blush in her cheeks.
There is like no taste to it other than the taste of alcohol.
That's nice.
Painful. Anyways.
Yes, it gets up in your sinuses, you know.
The ale itself is also pretty strong. It's like
good.
It's like a 15-16% ABV. You would imagine, Nesrin, you having been in a bar and seeing the clientele around here, they much rather get drunk than have something like super duper fancy or tasty. You can taste the hops and you can taste like all the typical beer notes in it. It's nothing like out of the ordinary.
A good classic beer. Very good. Much more reminiscent of home. Takes a big sip. Starting to feel the Everclear.
Yeah, there is definitely a rush of like a little bit of lightheadedness after a couple of minutes for Alun and Nesrin. But luckily, after another couple of minutes, like 10 minutes or so, the platter of sandwiches arrive at your table.
Food.
It's like fried beef on toasted bread, with some fresh-looking vegetables like tomato and lettuce, and they look very good, very hearty.
Alun takes the wooden case of his herbalism kit, thunks it on the table, cracks it open, pulls out the vial of.
Easy cracks it back down.
Huh?
No.
Not here?
No.
We wait. We just like stick a sandwich in our pocket.
Oh, are you going to put the spores on that?
I mean, we got one of them to try.
No,
Oh,
no, just you eat the
I-
sandwich, nothing added.
I thought we were going to get like just a chicken corpse. I kind of want to eat
Oh.
the sandwich.
No, you're eating it. You're eating the sandwich.
Okay. Okay. He puts it back. Takes some stuff to roll a quick cigarette and shuts it and sticks that back on the floor wherever the hell he's putting his stuff. Lights the cigarette. Sticks that up. All right, food.
Once they're pretty into that, he's just going to try and take that away. The whole kit.
Make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
I do a perception or whatever.
Your passive perception. I'm gonna say it would be against your passive perception, but
My passive perception's a 15.
yeah, your passive. Well, never mind. That's 25 total.
Okay.
Against your passive perception. Elune is a little drunk and a little busy eating the sandwich and does not notice EC very silently, very discreetly reaching into their bag and taking their herbalism kit.
Okay.
She's not just gonna make eye contact with the fawn, point to this, and then point back, just point away.
So, Nesmond, I've noticed you kind of got a thing for, animating the dead?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a normal girl hobby, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's pretty interesting. Where's that coming from?
I'm glad you take interest. It's I guess my main topic of study at school.
Oh.
I'm in the necromancy track. Well, mostly as a researcher and archival assistant. But I'm trying to get a bit better at the spellcasting side of it. I got a lot of the theory down, but not so much of the practical experience and the actual casting of the spells. Just how they work.
So this whole adventuring thing's kind of a work study kind of deal.
Yes, it is my research project. It was actually recommended to me by my mentor to come out, and she made the connections with Thorn to have me join. But before this, I've been in a library for most of the time, if not in my dorm room or in the classroom. Which is why I'm not very used to wearing armor or getting into fights. Those spiders were the first fight I've ever been in, and it was quite thrilling.
From what I saw, you held pretty well. It's not easy to handle that kind of pressure when it's coming right at you.
That's also what I
You'll
thought.
probably do pretty good with this field research stuff. I always think there's a lot more to experience in life than just, the theory and what have you. I guess kind of in a sense that's what I'm doing too, because I spent a couple years with my mentor, and then you kind of plateau on druidic stuff until you really get out there and form your own connections, definitions, etc., etc.
So you learned all of this from someone else?
Yeah, I mean, I have like elf blood, and that kind of lends itself to magic. But as
me
is,
too.
I didn't really have any background otherwise.
Who was your teacher, though?
I don't think he's anyone you know. He's a funny little guy who's living up in the continent that I need to scroll to see to make sure I remember the name of. Over in the Shifting Lands, their name is Atok.
The Shifting Lands, you say?
I said Shifting Lands, not Shitting Lands, right?
You did.
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
just specifically, it was towards the edge of the crack grounds, near that area.
Yeah, it's kind of between the edge of the crack grounds and the crack grounds.
Interesting. I'm quite interested in the Shifting Lands myself, but I am a fan of funny little guys. That's cool.
That's all druids are, baby.
Well, you're not so little. You're quite tall.
I'm about average.
Okay. But so before this, you were just training to be a druid. Before you got into the mercenary stuff, I mean.
What mercenary stuff?
Well, we're mercenaries right now, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. This isn't exact. This is adventuring. There's a distinction. They get a little persnickety about that.
Gotcha. Difference. Okay. I will make a note of that.
Mm-hmm.
But so before we were this, you just did the druid stuff, or was?
What I was doing for that goes way from just fishing.
Okay. That Nezrin understands when someone does not want to talk about something and is willing to change the topic. Very cool. I've never been fishing myself. That's just very interesting.
It's just like hunting, but it's a rod and you're just sitting more.
Ishi tried to teach me how to fish, and I kind of fucked it up.
That's all right. Yeah, if you want to learn how to be good at something, you have to do a lot of fucking up to get there. As the loud car passes my house.
That's one ornery horse. God.
The horse has some gas.
Also, I hate to cut an RP short, but I do have to leave now.
Oh no!
I just got a call. It looks like a little earlier than expected, but I do have to head out.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Blacks out.
Yeah, Nezrin. No, wait, that's so out of character, though. Damn it.
No, if you'd like, because you'd make two people out, and we usually don't play if there's two people away. And it's near 11 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
We can either, you guys can finish this up during the week, or I would think we can finish this up next week. If that's okay.
That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am down for
Not
whatever.
okay.
Oh no.
All right,
How
Mike.
dare?
Okay. So then, before
I vote for Luna.
we end for the evening, I was gonna say, let's do an RP vote. That's 1 vote for Luna.
I also vote for Luna.
That's 2 votes for Luna.
Yeah,
Nothing to do
I'll
though.
vote for Luna as well.
That's 3 votes for Luna.
Damn it.
I can't vote for Luna.
No, it's illegal
I'll
for you to
vote
vote
for
for Luna.
I'm gonna vote for a loon.
And 1 vote for Loon. Very good session, you guys. Great role playing by everyone.
Including you, Gabe.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Feel free to role play some stuff during the week if you want to. Next week we'll finish this up. See if Say wants to do anything during the week, and then we will head out of the village and to the rest of your job. So we'll see what happens then.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Lovely playing with you all. Thanks for
All
running,
right.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye,
Tommy.
friends.
Thank you for jamming. It was fun.